Regan, and I'm here at the First Coast Classic Championship. And with me is one of the judges and celebrities, Mr. Gary Edwards, also known as the Ballroom Giant. Okay, Gary, trivia question. Who gave you the name the Ballroom Giant?
It's a long story, but it started in London, and a producer said to me, I need to start blogging, so I need to start like a Twitter account or something. So he said, you're a giant in the ballroom world, and you're also pretty tall, so why don't you call yourself the Ballroom Giant? And I've been the Ballroom Giant ever since, but as of the moment, most people know me as the Ballroom Giant and don't know my name.
So it's not just because you're tall and handsome, but he did give you a great name. And for me, I guess I met you about 3 years ago. You just came into the United States by blast, and then I saw you everywhere at every competition. Tell me how that happened and how you did become so famous in the ballroom world.
Well, I've danced since I was very, very young in the UK, and mainly in the UK and Europe. Then I got a fantastic job in a country called Brunei, and I lived there for 5 years. So I didn't get to America until late. Then I was invited over actually by Mr. John Kimmins to judge at the USDC, the United States Championships at the time. And from there he said, why don't you come and basically judge for us, the USA. So at that time, now I was figuring where I wanted to live in the world. I had a home in the UK. I bought a home in Miami Beach, and I've been here ever since.
Well, and that's how many years ago? Is that about 3 years?
Well, I bought my first property here in '97. I started judging here in about 2000.
Oh, wow, that's so I didn't meet you till later then. But you know, you worked with a lot of celebrities. If we want to drop a few names, I guess we could start with Michael Jackson. Is that true?
Yeah, that's probably the highlight of my career. That was again in Brunei. He was over there doing a concert for them. He heard they had a dance teacher, and he was quite surprised that Brunei had a dance teacher. So they asked me if it would be possible if we could meet up and if he could have some Latin American lessons. So I taught him cha-cha.
And so was that for one of his videos or just himself?
No, he was over there just doing a birthday party show for one of the children of the royal family. So he was there for 2 weeks. There was a few other people there as well. But basically he walked into the studio where I used to practice, and boom, I gave him a lesson in cha-cha, to Billie Jean no less.
Well, I mean, I don't know, that's not your start, but that's a pretty good start with celebrities. Did you get to go to that party?
Oh yes, many times.
All right, so who else? You did work with the royal family too, I think. Yeah,
well, the Brunei royal family, but mainly their guests. I've taught a few since then, but they're always discreet with non-disclosure agreements these days. I do a little bit with Dancing with the Stars, as some people know as well. But basically, I mean, my favourite, probably not the grand-wise, because that was obviously Michael, but I love Barry White. Barry White was such a lovely, lovely man.
Wow, he was. And so what did you do with him? I mean, with his singing and...
We basically had a lot of fun. A lot of the time they were singers. So they would say, like, let's work on how I can move when I'm singing. And of course, he was such a natural anyway.
I would think so.
Yeah, so basically, again, it always revolved around the cha-cha-cha. So I actually got him doing a little bit of cha-cha-cha while he was singing. And when they did the shows for the royal family, if I managed to teach them before the shows, they would always include what I taught them in the show, which was always a blessing for me.
And so what else did you do before you came over here? And you've carried, I know right now you're doing a lot of marketing for a lot of different people, a lot of interviews, media. You're a genius at that, I think. But did you do a lot of that over there, primarily teaching the celebrities?
No, it was mainly teaching the celebrities. I learned a lot over there. I learned a lot from the family. They're a wonderful family, the Brunei royal family. But also the people that went there. I learned a lot from MC Hammer, who I'm still in contact with now. We're still hoping to do a project with him now. Simply because, you know, he was blessed in the 80s, I guess. Then he fell on bad times, then he came back, then he fell on bad times, then he came back, and now he's coming back yet again. Again, now with social media and positive marketing. I'm a great believer in positive marketing. There's too much hate and negativity out there, so I focus on the good.
Well, you do focus on the good. And what are your projects that you're working on now? I know you go back and forth to UK, you're going to Ireland. Actually, you travel all over the world, but what specifically would you like to do in the next couple of years?
Well, I've been doing a lot with Arthur Murray International, the franchise worldwide. Again, I was enthralled by the marketing, the early days of Arthur Murray, the amazing things that Arthur Murray himself done and his wife, also the amazing people, the franchisees at the time. And I look back and I see what they did and how they built this monster of a company called Arthur Murray, and they're all over the world, about 27 countries, nearly 300 studios, I think, by the time I'm finished. But basically, it's a great positive message to get out there, and it's a lifestyle. Basically, we're involved in this business in a lifestyle. It's not just teaching someone how to dance. We are really providing so much more than that.
So what would your message be then? If you could do what you want to in the media, you'd do television, and what would your message be? How would you deliver it?
Everyone can dance, and I want everyone to dance.
And it changes their life.
Absolutely it does. I've taught people the age of 4, and I'm currently teaching someone that's 93
Where's that? Is that in Miami?
in London.
I don't know how you do it all, but it's very exciting being here at the First Coast, and it's a great competition. Thank you so much. And anything you'd like to add to this conversation?
Big thing I would like to add is this is one of, every year we get contracts for judging, and this is always the first one I sign, and it's always the first one I return. This is the most fun. All the competitions, it's so friendly. The place is unique. One of the earliest places in the USA, in many ways, First Coast. Sawa is the host of all hosts, and I just adore this competition.
We do have a lot of fun. You know, we call it work, but it's a lot of fun. And with great friends like you here in St. Augustine, thank you very much, Gary. I'll see you on the floor in a couple hours.
Absolutely. Thank you.